crew of the USS Cuchulain. We have an incoming transmission from Starfleet Command, and we require your full attention. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a few words. Ladies and gentlemen, just a few words of appreciation from your current CO and XO USS Cuchulain. Just wanted to bring your attention that this, after a short hiatus of a little bit over a year and a half, that we were able to come back to the wonderful Clontarf Castle for 7 years in a row for this wonderful event. This is just an event that we have to thank all of you who throughout the year and every year go above and beyond at various events, the likes of Dublin Comic Con, very often to the north of Ireland, up to Armagh, to the Armagh Planetarium, across to DST where we like to get our hair down in the UK, all sorts of events throughout the year. Whenever we ask and put out the call to arms, you always come in tenfold and more, and without that the USS Cuchulain would not exist. The one thing we are in the USS Cuchulain is a family, and I'm so delighted that we all have that family feel. And I just want to welcome everybody again to the annual captain's table. I alluded to it at the start. We had a couple of people who have here come for the first. Patrick, you're very welcome. Ellen, where is she over here? Very welcome, Michael. And where is he gone? Jerry as well. This is Jerry Davis' mom. Very welcome. Jerry was here for the first time in special anniversary, 10 years, so I'm delighted you're able to make it, Jerry, so thank you very much. So I'm going to ask our XO to have a few words, just to reminisce from our humble beginnings to where we are now, and then we'll have a few short messages afterwards, Frank.
A very few words.
Don't touch the podium.
Don't touch the podium! That's it, I'm done. Yeah, I would just like to confirm everything that Alan has said there. 10 years, and when we started, there was 6 of us.
Good man.
And we, as if I could forget, Siobhan. We met in Eason's Cafe, had a cup of tea and a cup of coffee, and said, what can we do to make the USS Cuchulain more than just a page on a Facebook? David Chapman had started the chapter, and being the young chap that he is, and good God help us, he still looks that young. He sort of said, right, okay, I've started this, feeling a bit young, approached Alan and said, would you like to take over running it? And Alan came across, said yes, and then he contacted me, and if I'd only known. But anyway, I said yes, and so the two of us started looking at it. We met in Eason's with Pete and Aidan Leonard and Siobhan and ourselves, David, and discussed what we wanted to do. And the first thing was we wanted to be a social club. We didn't want to be just a Facebook page. We wanted to be somewhere that fans could go and meet up, interact, make friends, and let it grow from there. And so that's what our target was. And for the first couple of months, it was basically that small group. We ran a small event in a pub in Bagot Street. Can't even remember the name of it now, but it was a basic, what was it?
McGrahan's, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Thanks, David.
And
you were there at that event, and we basically had a video day. I can't even remember what we showed, but we had a video day, and that was to start. And then we said, well, we need somewhere a little bit more central. So with the help of David Pilkington, who knew the lads in the Teachers Club, we popped down there, had a chat with Tig and Stephen and the lads there, and the rest is history. We became part of their family nearly. We've been running there since our party nights and any events that we generally do, and I have to say it's been a great relationship with them. But it was still just a small group. We had our first kind of convention in Manchester. There was an event called Trichology in 2013, and Betty and Pete and Alan and myself went over. Garrett Wang and Chase Masterson were there, And it was a great little event. It was in this very small hotel in Manchester. But it was the first thing that we did. And it sort of said, well, you know, where else can we go with this? And then we heard about rumblings of a Comic-Con taking place in Dublin for the first time. And I happened to work in Swords, and so they were actually advertising DCC in the pavilion. So I popped over and had a chat with the lads there and about the possibility of having a table.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, great, because they were trying to get people in and that as well. Like, and so we had a table at DCC, and they were brilliant. We had a great relationship with them, and that's grown over the years. And as you know, we've moved from a table to a console, from a console to a console and a chair, and you all know what it's like now. You know, we're not just a table anymore. We're actually a set. We're a part of DCC, and the relationship we've grown with the guys there has been spectacular. But over that space of time, we went to the first DCC, met a few people, and we jumped from 6 people to about over 100 over that weekend. And we realised there's a lot of people out there looking for a Star Trek fan club. Not just a Star Trek fan club, but a sci-fi fan club. And we expanded from there. But, you know, it's been 10 fantastic years. And to see where it is now, and the family feeling that we get when we meet up, is just, I think, something special, and it's something that is unique in Starfleet. And it's something that we can all be very, very proud of. Mm-hmm. And also, events like this, where we get the chance to meet with the command team, and all of you who spend so much time and effort helping out with the bridge, helping out, coming along, helping us out, setting up the parties, and coming along to all the little events that we do, and being a part of that, is what makes it the family that it is. And, you know, even the other things that we do, the cinema nights, and the bowling nights, all of that is what we talked about in Eason's all those years ago. Being a social club, being something that people can go at, meet people, make friends in an atmosphere where they can talk about all the stuff that they love with other people who love the same things. You know, look at where we are now. So, you know, I'm looking at the cake and I'm going, shit, 10 years? I had hair when we started. I know, I mean, my God.
Really?
I didn't quite have the mullet I had in the 80s, but still I had hair. But, you know, so I just want to say to all of you at this point, thank you so much for being a part of what we've been over these last 10 years. And it's been an absolute pleasure, privilege, and honour to have been the XO and, you know, supporting Alan in all that we've done. And long may it continue. USS Cuchulain is something special, and I think we're all lucky to be a part of it. So, thank you very much, folks.
So, without further ado, we have a couple of messages that we'd like to pass on here. So, if you would just like to give the order, please.
Yeah, attention to orders. And before I do that, I'll just expand a little bit further on our history. As I said, we started in 2013. You know, we've been to events in the UK, we've done Destination Star Trek, we've met so many people. And it's been Alan and mine great privilege to have been the CO and XO through all those years. But it's been 10 years. And, you know, somewhere along the line you reach a point where you feel like things need to change, or not change, but, you know, things move on.
Have a rest.
Have a rest, take it easy, and rest on our laurels.
Take us some holidays.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So it's with some emotion, and, you know, that myself and Alan are actually retiring as the CEO and XO of the USS Cuchulain. And we feel proud that what we're leaving behind and what we're putting forward. And it's a great pleasure and pride that, you know, we can announce that the new CEO and XO of the USS Cuchulain will be David Chapman and Sharon O'Neill. We have absolutely no doubt in our minds that we're leaving the ship in really good hands. Now, whether they crash or not, who knows? You know, I think that was Marcus's job back in the day. When we used to run the Artemis you know, in the club. We had 2 ships running together, flying, and I had the privilege of captaining one ship, and Jono was captaining the other. And Jono normally would win that match easily, but luckily for me, he had Marcus as his pilot. He had a few beers on him and kept flying into asteroids. So I actually managed to win that particular game, you know, but it was great. But anyway, listen, you know, it's been a pleasure and a privilege for both of us, and you look forward to continuing to be a part of the crew, helping out where we can, and supporting Dave and Sharon as they take on the reins and take us to new frontiers. So, a round of applause, please, for our new CEO.
Attention to orders, crew USS Cuchulain. Please step forward. Fleet Captain David Chapman, Colonel Sharon O'Neill, please, thank you. Got to put the glasses on for the lads today. So, this is a tradition of Starfleet through the generations, and it is my privilege and my pleasure to enact this tradition today. So, without further ado, Starfleet Command issue order as follows. To Captain Alan O'Shea, USS Cuchulain, stardate 20232.4. You are hereby requested and required to relinquish command of your vessel to Captain David Chapman and XO Sharon O'Neill, in command now USS Cuchulain. Computer, transfer all command codes to David Chapman, Sharon O'Neill. Authorization, O'Shea Alpha Sierra 3822.
I relieve you, sir.
I stand relieved.
I'm not going to relieve you just yet, but I do have a short speech to make, so for your comfort, you can please sit. Thank you. So the last time I gave a speech was 5 years ago in the room next door as we celebrated the end of our first 5-year mission. On that particular occasion, I hadn't actually intended to make a speech. I'm a little bit more prepared today, but I hope the sentiment will be as heartfelt as it was 5 years ago. This is a historic day for the Cuchulain. Not only are we again celebrating the end of a 5-year mission, but 10 years in service. This is a milestone not every ship reaches. And I think we can look back on the last 10 years with tremendous pride. We've seen friendships develop and endure. We've had tremendous fun and made memories. This I feel, is the essence of what the Cuchulain is. Sorry. This means a lot. Yeah. So I look forward to the next 5 years coming together with that, as Frank said, that family feel, and just continuing to do what we do. So as you know, Alan and Frank, after 10 years service, have decided to step down. And I have asked Sharon here to step in and support me as my XO, mainly because she's well versed at keeping me in check. And I am thankful that Alan and Frank will be remaining with the Cuchulain and have kindly offered their support to me, and that's something I will no doubt have to use. As you can imagine, this is a bittersweet occasion for myself and Sharon, because while we're immensely honoured and privileged to be appointed into this position, it's also sadness that Alan and Frank, who have done such a tremendous job over the last 10 years, have decided to stand down. I would also like to take a moment to recognise Siobhan and Tara. As you know, being in command can be a stressful situation at times, and I think it's important that we recognise the support that they have given these two in the background. I would also like to recognise Elaine in her role as Chief of Staff. She has been an invaluable support to Alan and Frank, and I'm very happy that she is going to continue in that role and that be an invaluable support to myself and Sharon. So with these sentiments in mind, we've prepared a small gift for Siobhan, Tara and Elaine, which I believe is being achieved now. Let's play plans.
Keep going.
Let's make plans.
Finally, I would like to say to Frank and Ellen, you both worked so hard for this club, and while many of us, I'm sure, are feeling perhaps a bit of sadness at this news today, you've done so much for us. I don't think anyone in this room or in the wider Cuchulain can say you don't deserve a break.
Oh, thank you.
And Alan, you know, I'm sure you're relieved in more ways than one.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, thank you.
So, yeah, I just want to reiterate, we're honoured to take on this role, and we will do our best to continue as the club has been continuing, and to the next 5-year mission. So, I believe we have the flowers now.
But we don't have the recipients.
We do have one final small thing to do for yourselves. Steve-o?
Yep.
Can you get the flag, please? So, in recognition of 10 years in service, we would like to present you with this memento.
Oh, wow.
Don't
Open that
drop
up.
it.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
And there is one personalised for each of you.
Oh, wow.
To mark the occasion. Thank you.
So that's
That's
gorgeous.
amazing.
The final thing from me tonight is, I don't have a drink with me at the moment, but if you could all raise your glasses, please. To Rear Admiral Alan O'Shea and Fleet Captain Frank Kiernan. And now we'll let you back to your evening.
Thank you, buddy.
Ciao.
Alright.
Thanks very much, Mark.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's where the rest of the evening begins. Thank you very much. And we appreciate
Excuse me, that's not your job now.
Here he comes.
You're dismissed.